Hello to everyone. Today we will see a more interesting question, and the question is called triplet program. Now this triplet program is also called as zero sum tuple from 3 array. As you can see, and as it is clear from the name itself, zero sum tuple from 3 array means here you can see 3 array is given: array A, array B and array C, and array A has A1 to AN elements, array B has B1 to BN elements, and array C has C1 to CN elements. And in each array, I can write each array has n number of elements, right? Now our main target is to find a triplet. Triplet means it is a combination of 3 elements, and each element from one array. Each element from one array means AI should belong to array A, BJ should belong to array B, and CK should belong to array C, such that sum of AI plus BJ plus CK should be 0 for all value of I, J, K greater than equal to 1, less than equal to n. Now I will take an example and I will find the triplet. Okay, I hope you understood the problem. And now my question is, we have to write an algorithm to and this algorithm should be run at most order of n square. We explain the question, what is it is saying, and how we will compute the triplet. Okay, now I will first take an example. Okay, first let me write the example. Suppose we have array A, it contains 3 element, and array B is also contain 3 element, and array C also contain the 3 element, right? Okay, now you can see, 1 minute, let me show in the array form. Okay, now you can see here n equal to 3 means for n denotes the number of elements in each array. If you want then how many triplets we can. Okay, two, 3 minus 6, array B minus 3, 4 minus 5, 6, 2 minus 5, 2. Okay, now okay, I have taken 3 arrays: array A, array B and array C. Each array has 3 elements, here n equal to 3. Now we have apply brute force method and trying to find is there any tuple which has sum equal to 0, and if its sum is 0, then we will include it in our question, means our answer outputs, otherwise we will discard it. Okay, I am going to write the all possible combination of 3 elements, right? And then I will pick the total number of tuples. Okay, let me write. I will first 2, all the possible combination, 2 plus their minus 3 and plus 2. Is it 0? No, it is 2 plus 4 minus 3, this is 1. Okay, now again let me write 2 plus 4 and this minus 2 4, no, we have to execute all the 2 minus 3, it is right, minus 3, then minus 5, right, plus, then what is the total sum will be, this is minus 8 plus 2, this is minus 6. Okay, now next 2 plus minus 3 plus 2, this will be 2 to 4 minus 3, this will be 1. Now this first iteration will over. Okay, now 2 plus 4 plus 2, this will be 8. Again 2 plus 4 plus minus 5, this will be 1. If please compute the sum by yourself. If there will be any mistake, then please let me know. Okay, and now next will be 2 plus 4 plus 2, this will be 8, right? Okay, now I will compute 2 minus 5 plus 2, this will be minus 1. Again 2 minus 5 minus 5, this will be minus 8, right? And 2 minus 5 and plus 2, this will be minus 4. Now we have finished the first for only this, for 2 means I equal to this 0. For I we have only finished for I equal to 0. Now we have to also finish the I equal to 1. You can see it is not equal to 0, not equal to 0, not equal to 0, this is not equal to 0, not equal to 0, not equal to 0, this is also not equal to 0, not equal to 0, right? So among these we are not going to select anyone because their sum is not equal to 0. Okay, now we will take I equal to 1 for element 3 and we will try to execute all the problem. Okay, for I equal to 1, now we will take first tuple 3 plus minus 3 plus 2, this will be 2. Again 3 plus minus 3 plus minus 5, this will be minus 8 and this will be minus 5, right? Again 3 minus 3 then plus 2, this will be 0, this will be 2. Now it's over for this all C. Now again 3 plus 4, its second element, array B's second element, plus 2, this will be 9. And again 3 plus 4 minus 5, this will be 7, minus 5, this will be 2. Now we will take 3 plus 4 plus 2, this will be 7 plus 2 9. Okay, now we will take 3 plus minus 5 plus 2, this will be 5 and minus 5, this will be 0. Okay, now 3 plus minus 5 plus minus 5, this will be minus 7, right? Let me next will be right here, I will write here 3 plus minus 5 plus 2, this will be also 0. Okay, now for I equal to 1 it is over. Now we can see, is it sum equal to 0? No. Sum equal to 0? No. Sum equal to 0? No. You can check easily whether its sum is 0 or not. You can write, you can see means you can see here 3 3 plus minus 5 plus 2 equal to 0. That means if sum is 0, that means we are going to include it in our triplet. Then our first triplet we can write, we should not write like this. We can according to our means program, we can print I, j, k, right? So we can write I equal to 3, j equal to minus 5 and k equal to 2. It's 0. And you can see not equal to 0, this is also equal to 0, right? Equal to 0. But we can see if we write 3 minus 5 and again 2, we can see it depends our implementation with whether we are going to include the means unique tuple or same tuple. According to that we can eliminate the duplicates. Okay, now let me execute for I equal to 3 for this, and let me check whether the other triplets are present in our program or not. Okay, let's see the third case. Now we will execute for I equal to 3. Here is I equal to 3. Okay, this will be minus 6 minus 3 plus 2. I took minus 6 from this array, minus 3 from here and 2 from here. Okay, now this sum will be what? This is minus 9 plus 2, this will be minus 7. Again minus, actually this will we can write early, and now minus 5 plus 2. This will be what is the answer? This is minus 14 and this is minus 9 plus 2 minus 7. Okay, now we will take minus 6 and for this 4 plus 2, this will be 0, right? Again minus 6 plus 4 minus 5, this will be what? This will be minus 2 minus 5 minus 7, and again this will be minus 6 plus 4 plus 2, this will be again 0, right? Over. Now minus 6 minus 5 plus 2, this will be 11, minus 11 plus 2 minus 9, and now we will take minus 6 minus 5 minus 5, this will be minus 16, and now we will next take minus 6 minus 5 plus 2 and the 11, this will be minus 9. We can see this is not equal to 0, this is also not equal to 0, this is also not equal to 0, but this is 0, so we will include this tuple in our answer. The tuple will be minus 6 4 and 2. Okay, and again this is not equal to 0, we will not going to include. Again this is equal to 0, then again we will include what? Minus 6 4 2. Again not equal to 0, not equal to 0, not equal to 0. Now we can terminate our loop and we will come out from the loop and we can print all our tuples. You can see there are duplicates, but in our implementation we can eliminate the duplicates easily, but the main idea you can see here. Now I will show the brute force method for this algorithm, which are going to run in order of NQ. What is the, now suppose variable I indicate this array, variable j indicate this array, and variable k this array C. So we can easily write our program for I equal to 0, it is 0 1 2. For I equal to 0, I less than n and I plus plus. Okay, now again we can write for j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, and again we can write for k equal to 0, k less than n, k plus plus. Now here itself we can check, means suppose array itself, if you can write a of I plus b of j plus c of k equal to 0. If equal to 0, we can simply print our triplet I j k, right, close. This will okay. Now this is the brute force algorithm, and this will run order of n. This will going to also take time order of n, and this for loop is order of n, also going to take order of n. And since you have, I think, already gone through the how to compute the complexities of our program, because this is the basic we can say the topics in our algorithm. And since this all three for loops, means three for loops are nested, so this will be order of nq. And this program going to show means this program will going to run in order of nq. Now I will show the slightly better approach to do this problem. Okay, so the slightly better approach, we as we have array, suppose it has a1 to an elements, array b has b1 to bn elements, array c has c1 to cn elements. Each array has n elements. This is it's already given. Now what we can do, our first step number 1, let me rub it, because my body is too small. So please, and keep in mind, array a has n elements, array b has n elements, and array c has also n elements. So what will be our first step? Let me write my first step. First step 1, first compute ai plus bj for all value of ij greater than 1, greater than equal to 1, less than equal to n, and store it in a new array, stored into a new array of size n square. Okay, size n square. Then we will create an array of size n square, and we will store a1 plus b1, a1 plus b2, a1 plus b3, dash here a1 plus bn, again a2 plus b1, dash here will be an plus bn. Its size is n square. Its size, keep in mind, its size is n square. We will now what is saying, it is saying that we will first compute the sum of all the possible sum of array A and array B, and we will store in a new array of size n square, because if we compute the sum of all elements of array A and array B, it is going to be total number of elements will be n square. So we need an array of size n square. That's why. Now our second case is our second step. Now our second step is sort all the elements in our new array. So if we going to sort, I will sort the elements of our new array. Sort the elements of our new array. Now first of all, let me tell how much time it going to take. then if we compute the total sum of array A and array B, then it will going to take total time order of n square, right? I think order of n square, one from each array, and then A has n elements, B has n elements, then n into n, order of n square. Now if we want to sort this array, then we can apply merge sort or heap sort, because merge sort or heap sort in the worst case going to take ns means n log n time. So here our total number of elements in a square, then how much time it will take merge sort, n square into log n square, then here power will be come into front, then over you, I think you already know, over all time complexity n square log n. Now our first step was compute all the sum possible from array A and array B, and our second step is sort the elements of our new array. Now our third step is find the means for each element we can write, for each element of array C, find an opposite sign element in our new array. Now you have to tell me how much time it is going to take, means our third step is how much time it will going to take. You can see for each element of array C, suppose array C first element is 2. Now we will pick the element, our key will be 2, and now we are going to search in our new array. New array means is there any -2 is present or not in our present, in not present is means for each element of array C. Suppose array C first element is 2. Now we will take 2 in a new variable. Suppose our variable name is key, then key will be 2, and for 2 we are going to search in our new array is -2 is present in our new array or not. If -2 is present, then we can easily say that means yes, we can easily say that this tuple is present in our array, and we can output the triplet, means according to we can store the index ij means in our new array, and you can easily find the triplet. Now you have to tell me how much time it will going to take for step 3. Okay, for each element of C we have to search in our new array. We already know that in the second step we have already sorted the new array. Then if we apply search in sorted array, then how much time it will going to take? Yes, it will going to take, we can easily apply the binary search algorithm in our new array. Then in the worst case it will be going to, for one element of C it will going to log of n square, then for n element n into log of n square, n into log of n square. Then what will be overall time? Order of this will be 2, then n log n, right? N log n. Our third step will going to take n log n time. Now we can see that first step is going to take order of n square, second step is take n square log n time, third step is going to take n log n time. Then what is the means we have to sum this all time complexity and which one is dominating term. You can see here order of n square log n is dominating term, so overall time complexity will be order of n square log n. Okay, and you know, n square log n time. Now we have seen the two approach. First approach was brute force approach, and second approach was slightly better than first one, in which we have created an extra array extra array or extra space in our memory of size n square, and we stored all the sum of array A and array B in our new array, and then we sorted the array which are going to take means n square log n time. And now after each element of array C, we have search an element in our sorted array, which are going to take n into log n square, which is n log n. Then over best approach, this is n square log n. Now I am going to show you means best approach, which are going to take at most n square time. And if you have any better approach than n square, please let me know. I will be happy to know the new concept. Going to see the better approach for our triplet problem. Now we have array A, array B and array C. First our first step will be sort the array A. Second step, sort the array B. Now for sorting, how much time it will going to take? For array A, we already know that array has n elements, array B has n elements, and array C has also n elements. So array we will going to, for sorting, it will be going to take log n time, and this will be going to take sort v n log n into log n time if we apply merge sort or heap sort. Now suppose here suppose okay, now third step, what will be the third step? Create an matrix of size n square and store all the sum of all the elements of array A and array B. Let me show how we will store. We created the array like this. Suppose its size is n square, right? Because here it will be A1, A2, A3 dash AN. This will be B1, B2, B3 dash BN. Now our first cell will be stored A1 plus A2. Second cell will be stored A1 plus second cell A2 plus B1. A1 plus A2, no. Our first, now our first cell will be stored A1 plus B1. This will be A2 plus B1. This will be A3 plus B1, and so on. Here is the main concept of this program or algorithm. You can see, because we know that it is already sorted. This is not the elements of from array A, it is the elements of sorted array of A, means sorted array of A and sorted array of B. It is in increasing order, it is also in increasing order, right? You can see that in our array, along its row, it is always going to be an increasing order, all the sum of array A and array B, and along the column, means along the rows, this is along the rows, I think along the rows, it is in increasing order, and along the column it is also increasing order, because array A and array B is sorted. Now for creating this whole matrix, how much time it will going to take? An extra space is obviously n square, and also to storing the all the sum, it will be going to take order of n square. Now our fourth and last step is, I can write here my fourth step. Okay, my fourth step is, for each element in array C, we will find an element in matrix, for which, suppose we denote matrix as M, suppose which M plus Ci equal to 0, means sum will be 0. Okay, now we will start from here. For each element, suppose array C first element is 2, then we will going to search is -2 is present in our matrix or not. Then please tell me how much going to take, how much at most it will going to take mean to search is there -2 is present in our matrix or not. Okay, this will actually take at most 2n time, because our matrix has some special property, as I told you. Along the column it will be increasing order, along the it will be decreasing order. Suppose it will going to search from here, -2 is not present, then it will be compare which one is lesser than or bigger than, compare this cell both, then according to that it will compare here, and at most it will going to take 2n time. At most this will be take 2n time, right? Order of 2n time means order of n time. So order of n time means for searching for one element, then for n element how much time? N into 2n, this will be order of 2n square. Then overall how much time it will going to take? Then we can see, I am rubbing it. Okay, then first it will be take log n, then again log n, this is order of log n plus for creating our matrix n square, and again 2n square. Then this is for sorting A, this is for sorting B, this is for creating matrix M, and this is for searching in our matrix, right? Searching in our matrix. Then what will be the overall time? Overall time will be order of n square. You can see it is far better than order of n cube and n square log n time, right? This is the, till now it is the, in my knowledge it is the best approach till now. You can let me know if there is any other best approach than this, and you can, I think you can easily write an program for C in any language, whether it is Python or Java or C++ or C. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. If you have any doubt, please comment in comment box. Thank you.